Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The first message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a man that is staying here in Europe right now. Me and my wife, we have been in Europe for a very long time, but there are some secrets, the things that I did when we were still in South Africa, and she does not even know that this is what is affecting our children right now. So me and my wife, we had kids together, and the kids that we have, they have many problems. Sometimes they are possessed by this evil spirit. This usually happens late at night, and when we wake up, they would be screaming. They will become so violent, especially with me. They can even grab a knife, and then they will say that they want to stab me with that knife. So my wife does not even know or understand why are all of these things happening right now. But I am here to share with you the cause of these problems, and I hope that you're going to find someone that is going to be able to assist me. So it all started when I was in South Africa. I was staying in this other location in Gauteng. It was me and my first wife. We had came from Zim together, and I was the one that was working. She was not working at that time, so I was the main breadwinner. And then she told me that she had found a job. She started selling at this other tavern. From the moment that she started selling at that tavern, all hell broke loose. She did not want to be with me anymore because she said that I was very poor, I was less of a man, and she had found another guy at the tavern, a man that was willing to take care of her. And then she took all of her clothes and she said that she was moving out. I thought that it was a joke, but this was what was happening in real time, for this was no joke at all. So when my wife moved out, when she told me that she did not want to be with me anymore, it was a very painful thing that happened to me, and my heart was broken. I was lonely, and I did not know what else to do. I had this other friend of mine. We used to work together. If I had some piece jobs, I would call him and we would go together, and then we would do the piece job together so that we can quickly finish and we can get paid. If he also had a piece job, we would go and we will do the piece job at the place where he would be working so that we can work together. And we used to share the money fairly. We did not care who would have found the piece job first. So we were very close, me and this guy, even though he was a Lindela speaking man and I am a Shona speaking guy. But one thing about him that I wanted, that made me to feel jealous about him, was his wife. His wife had a great body shape. She was very beautiful, even in the location where we were staying. All the men, they lasted after her body shape. I had even approached him thinking that maybe she was going to like me if I showed her that I had money, but she said that it is impossible. I won't be able to sleep with you because you are my husband's best friend. So I started to devise of a plan how to get rid of my best friend, because I knew that as long as my best friend was around, I was never going to be able to sleep with his wife. But if it happened that I found someone that was going to assist me to remove this man from his wife's life, it was going to be easy for me to take over so that I can be the number one in her life. And I kept on thinking and thinking. So there was this other South African man who was a police officer. I knew him very well. I had done a lot of piece jobs at his house. We were very close. I then approached him and I told him that there was this other woman. This woman, he knew her very well, and I wanted this woman to become my wife, and I wanted him to assist me. He then said that it was quite easy. He knew very well that I did not have proper papers, including my friend. He also did not have papers. So what he was going to do was that he was going to make sure that he get help from his other colleagues, but those that work at the Home Affairs, so that they can arrest my friend, and when he is arrested, then I can make a move on the wife. I did not know that this man, he was going to end up dying in prison when all of these things happened. So he then said that when I was at work, I was supposed to tell him that I am working where we will be working, so that he can tip off his guys and they can come and collect the friend that I was working with. I then went and I called my best friend and I told him that there was this other place where we were supposed to go and work. We went there. When we were busy working, that was when he texted me, the policeman. He texted me and he said, I want you to get off from that place for about 10 minutes because they are going to raid the place where you are working. Just find somewhere where you are going to be for about 10 minutes. So then I told my friend that I wanted to go and buy some bread, cold drink, and some avocados. So he said, okay, it's fine. And he continued working. I then went to the spaza shop. I delayed and I delayed, for I knew that I was supposed to delay. On my way going back, that was when I saw those small Home Affairs police vans. They had already collected my best friend. And when I arrived at the place where we were working, I then received a message from the woman whom I wanted, and she told me that her husband had been arrested. I celebrated. I lied to her that I was going to assist him so that her husband can be out of prison within a very short period of time. So she said it's fine. Later in the evening, I did not go straight to the location. I went into town first and I went to the supermarket and I bought some groceries, and I went with those groceries to her house so as to impress her. She collected the groceries and I also gave her money. From there on, I kept on giving her money each and every week. She would have a new hairstyle and she would have new nails, new eyelashes. And whenever she would talk about her husband, I would tell her that since the case involved Home Affairs, it was going to be very difficult for him to come out anytime soon, and we were never supposed to go to the police station to ask about his whereabouts because we did not have work permits. We were also going to get arrested. So I did this so as to put fear in her heart, because I did not want her to continue thinking about her husband. So I kept on spoiling this woman and I kept on paying her rentals until she said, I know that you want something from me. And I told her that as she knew that I was in love with her, I wanted her to become my wife. We then started staying together. I had already spoken with this other friend of mine who stayed in Durban, and I told him that he was supposed to look for a job because I was scared that if this man get deported and he returns back to South Africa, he might even kill me. But I did not know that this man, he was going to die in prison. This man, he later passed away in prison. And when we heard about this, we were already in Durban. I did not want to cover the cost, so I told my wife to switch off her phone after she had been called that this was what had happened. Only after we had heard that his body was on the way going to Zim, that was when I allowed my wife to follow so that she can be able to bury her husband. She was pregnant by that time. When she returned back, we continued with our marriage, and then God opened doors for us to come to Europe, where we are right now. So everything was okay. When we came to Europe, there was no problem. I did not see any ghost. I did not see anything funny. I did not have any spiritual attacks until my children, they started to act up as if they have demons that come and possess them. So I am looking for a prophet, someone that I can even fly to Europe so that they can assist me. If there is such a person, they can leave their phone numbers in the comment section, for I want to do this in secret without my wife finding out that this is what I did to her husband, because she might hate me for the rest of her life. So I want to sort out everything that was messed up when we were still in South Africa in secret, without her even knowing that I have brought a prophet to Europe. But I'm not just going to bring anyone to Europe. I need someone that can send me proof that they will be able to sort out this mess. If there is such a person, they can write their phone numbers in the comment section. Please assist me, brother. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. He's saying that if you are a prophet and if you know your story, you can write your phone numbers in the comment section so that he can get in touch with you. But he's saying that he does not want people that will try to take chances on him because he would want proof first. So this is what he did to his best friend. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with him in the comment section. Then there is another message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. The message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? This happened when I was still in high school. When I was in high school, I used to stay alone because my parents, they trusted me. I was someone that was very humble and I did not even date any guy. I was not dating anyone at that time. So my parents, they were staying in the rural areas whilst I was staying in the locations, and they were paying the monthly rentals for me as well as the food. I was okay with the little that I had until one afternoon when I was returning back, because I was returning back from school, when I came across this other man that told me that he wanted me to get into his vehicle. When I saw this man, when he slowed down his vehicle, I even panicked. He was driving a Toyota Prado, and then he said, "Get in, where are you headed to?" I told him the location where I was staying. He said, "It is fine, I can go and I can drop you off there." So I don't know what happened to me, but I ended up getting into his vehicle and he then started driving. I don't know what happened that made me to look at him. When I looked at him, I blinked once and then I saw that he changed. He was no longer a full human being. From the neck going upwards, I saw that this man, he was a lizard, and from the neck going downwards, he was still a normal man that he had been and he was. And when he saw that I had seen something, because I started screaming, that was when he hit on the brakes. He stopped in the middle of the road. He did not even get out of the road, and there were people that were driving their cars. They were busy hooting at him and they were insulting him, saying that you are going to cause an accident. How can you just stop in the middle of the highway like that? And he started laughing. I asked him why he was laughing whilst he was looking at me. By then, his face had totally changed. He was no longer a lizard. He was that normal man that I had seen when I had entered into his vehicle, but he was laughing whilst he was looking at me. I asked him why he was laughing at me like that. He then said, "I am laughing at myself, I am not laughing at you." So I did not follow and I did not understand what he meant by that. He was laughing at himself. He then said, I was just trying my luck. I said, what luck are you talking about? He then said that the luck that he had been trying was that when he saw me walking from school, he had seen that there was a flame of fire that was following me and it was protecting me. And he was not going to be able to sacrifice me because it was time for him to find a woman that he can use for rituals. And he just wanted to see if he would be able to use me for rituals, if he was going to successfully take me to his place. And when I got into the vehicle, when he was driving, then that was when he saw that he was not going to be able to use me for his money-making rituals. When he said this, Brother Nashi, all that I could do was to get out of his vehicle. And when I got out of the vehicle, he then started driving his car away and he was laughing, still laughing at himself. So I then crossed the road because there were these other women that had their vegetable market on the other side of the street. So I said, those are the women that can assist me, because I was feeling really dizzy. I did not even know where I was anymore. My legs were shaking because of what that man had told me, because I was thinking about what would have happened if he had managed to get me at his house. This meant that he was going to sacrifice me. So I was really panicking at that time. The moment that I crossed the street, that was when I fell to the ground, and there was one woman who rushed and she picked me up, and then she started to pour water on me. When I came back to my senses, everyone was looking at me. They asked me what had happened to me. That was when I told them that I had just came out of this other vehicle that was parked just across the place where they had their vegetable market. All of them, they said that they knew that something had happened a couple of minutes before that, but they could not remember the car in which I was in. They said that all that they remember was that they saw this young schoolgirl that was struggling to walk across the street, and after she had managed to walk across the street, that was when she collapsed to the ground. They said that this was all that they remembered. So even I could not remember that car anymore. Even the face of that man, I could not remember him. It was as if this whole saga did not even happen. Later on, after I was okay, I then returned back to the place where I was staying, but I was so scared. This happened when I was still in high school. There are days when I wonder what could have happened if this man had been able to take me to his place. How was he going to sacrifice me? This is my confession, Brother Nashi. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. If you have ever had any spiritual encounter, do not hesitate to come to my inbox and then you share with us your own side of the story. Then there is another message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this: it happened when it was in the year 2012. There was this other guy that I started to date. This guy, he was a Mozambican guy. He used to work in the construction industry and he used to be my provider. But after his boss had passed away, he was unable to give me the money that I always wanted from him. We then started fighting and he vanished. He had returned back to Mozambique. When he came back, he apologized. I refused. He then said, "Are you going to agree to come with me to the place where I am staying?" I said, "Where are you staying?" When he told me that he was staying in the suburbs, I thought that it was a joke. He was lying. I said, "Fine, let us go, but I'm not going to have sex with you if you think that I am that stupid." Because by then I thought that he was a garden boy in the suburbs, so he wanted to take advantage of me. We left the location and we went to the suburbs. When we arrived, I could not even believe my eyes, because there were 6 vehicles that were parked outside and then there were 4 more vehicles that were parked inside. He said that all of these were his cars, and I said, "You are lying, you are a joke. Why didn't you come and fetch me with a car?" He then said that he just wanted to see if I was going to accept him if he did not have a car. We then went indoors. That was when I saw that this man, he was telling me the truth. We slept together. Later on, that was when he said that he wanted to show me something. I will never forget what that man showed to me, even though I pretended after that to love him because I wanted money from him, but I was so scared of him. He took me to this other room, and when we got to that room, I saw that inside there was a green cloth, and then there was a deep fridge that was in there, and he opened it up. I saw the face of a human being, the whole head that had been chopped off from the body of a person. I asked him about it, and he said that he had brought it with him from Mozambique, and this was what was giving him money. By the time that guy returned back to Mozambique, I don't know he had how many trucks, some of them that he had left in South Africa. The man assisted me to start my own business. I entered into a career franchise. He bought 2 bakkies for me, and that is how I started making money. So this is my confession on how I was able to raise myself out of poverty. After this man had left South Africa, I did not experience anything like bad luck or anything. My life was moving very well.